Hi guys! Alright. It's Oscar season. Let's talk about Oscar movies. And which ones I think will win Best Picture. Let's go. Alright. The first one is Call Me By Your Name. I don't know what to think about this movie. I have seen it. For me, it's just okay. It's nothing really special. It's kind of slow and boring. The main actor, though, Timothée Chalamet, he deserves all the credit that he gets. He's really, really good in the movie. He definitely deserves the Oscar nomination that he has for Best Actor. But I don't think he's gonna win it, unfortunately. But yeah, no, he's definitely the show stealer in this movie. Armie Hammer, on the other hand, though, he does a really good job, but nothing really surprising. If you have seen like The Social Network and have seen his other job, he's actually a pretty good actor. A lot of people give him shit, but I think he's a good actor. Yeah, but definitely Timothée Chalamet is the best part about this movie. For me, this movie is a little bit too slow and a little bit too long, and nothing really happens throughout the movie except this love story between the two main characters. Yeah, so I would probably give it 3 stars. That's what I would give it. Yeah, here's a clip.
So World War II, huh?
Oh, no, this is World War I.
Oh.
You have to be at least 80 years old to have known any of them.
Oh. I never even heard of the Battle of Piave.
Battle of Piave was one of the most lethal battles in World War I. 170,000 people died.
Is there anything you don't know?
I know nothing, Oliver.
Well, you seem to know more than anybody else around here.
Well, if you only knew how little I know about the things that matter.
What things that matter?
You know what things.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I thought you should know.
Because you thought I should know?
Because I wanted you to know. Because I wanted you to know. Because I wanted you to know. Because I wanted you to know.
Alright, the next movie is actually The Darkest Hour. Now I have not seen this movie at all. It's directed by the same guy who directed Atonement and Pan. Ugh. Don't get me started on that movie. But yeah, no, it stars Gary Oldman. This is very Oscar. This is a very an Oscar movie. Because it's a period piece. It stars Gary Oldman, a well-respected actor, and it's guaranteed to win Best Actor. I keep hearing praises about his acting job in the movie is phenomenal, even though he's just wearing a fat suit. He didn't pull off a Leonardo DiCaprio or Christian Bale, so usually he would, though, which is, I'm kind of surprised. He's that type of actor who would probably do that, but he didn't do this time, so okay, well done. But yeah, no, he's definitely the one who's going to win Best Actor. This movie's not going to win Best Picture, but it's going to win Best Actor. And I also hear, though, it's a great companion piece to Dunkirk. So yeah, I'd watch Dunkirk and Darkest Hour around the same time. Probably Darkest Hour first, and then you get to see Dunkirk and see what the soldiers went through. on the battlefield, because they mentioned Dunkirk in the Darkest Hour apparently. So I would definitely watch Darkest Hour. I want to check it out, so I can't review my score because I haven't seen the film. But I don't think it's going to win Best Picture. I think it's going to win Best Actor, though. So yeah.
There's nothing heroic in going down fighting if it can be avoided. Nothing even remotely patriotic in death or glory if the odds are firmly on the former. Nothing inglorious in trying to shorten a war that we are clearly losing.
Losing? Europe is still...
Europe is lost. And before our forces are wiped out completely, now is the time to negotiate in order to obtain the best conditions possible. Hitler will not insist on outrageous terms. He will know his own weaknesses. He will be reasonable.
When will the lesson be learned? When will the lesson be learned? How many more dictators must be wooed, appeased, good God, given him mixed privileges, before we learn? You cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth!
Alright, so the next movie after The Darkest Hour is, of course, Dunkirk. Now, this is my favorite movie of last year. I love Christopher Nolan's movies. I love Dark Knight, Inception. Not really so much Interstellar, but Dunkirk really brought me back to the love of Christopher Nolan. The love of his movies. Now, a lot of people complained about, the characters can show no emotion. There's not really a really good story here, and I think I disagree with them. I think the story is about hope and family and home coming to rescue their heroes, coming to rescue the people that are trying to save them. So yeah, I definitely think there is a great story there. I don't really know what people were expecting out of this movie. I got 100% what I was looking for. What the trailer was advertising in the movie trailers, like in the movies, were this big, epic war film directed by Christopher Nolan. That's what I got. I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, I already made a review of this on my 100 top movie list. But yeah, I definitely recommend Dunkirk. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's a flawless movie. But yeah, definitely check it out. And I don't think it'll win any Oscars though. I think it's going to win the technical categories like cinematography, visual. I don't think it's been nominated for visual effects, but it'll win cinematography, sound, editing, all that stuff. I think it's going to win the big ones. It's going to do like a Mad Max, where we're like, oh, Mad Max is winning all these awards for technical stuff. I think Dunkirk's going to do that. So yeah. So the next movie after Dunkirk, sorry, I almost said Darkest Hour, my bad, is Get Out. Now, I've watched Get Out about 5 times. It's probably the most rewatchable out of the Oscar movies that are nominated this year. It's a creepy ass film, so it's definitely kept me thinking about it. I always keep thinking about it. I always want to go back and rewatch the film. I actually have it on Blu-ray too, which I got for $10 at Best Buy. Yay! But yeah, no. Jordan Peele, for first-time director, this is a fantastic film. It's definitely a weird one, but it's a fantastic horror / comedy. I don't know what to categorize it. I don't know if it categorizes it as a horror or comedy or drama. It's just all those three mixed into one, and one great film too. Daniel Kaluuya got a nomination, which surprised me. That absolutely shocked me as much as everybody else did. But also Jordan Peele got a nomination, which also surprised me the most too. And the movie got nominated for Best Picture, Get Out. Like, I'm quite shocked by that. But it is a great movie. I definitely recommend watching it. And I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. There's a little bit of, I think the movie could have lasted longer. I would have liked a longer film. But that's a little bit of a nitpick. I really don't have any problems with this movie. It's a great film. I definitely recommend seeing Get Out if you haven't yet. So, yeah, definitely check it out. I don't think it'll win any Oscars, though, unfortunately. I'm glad it's nominated, but I don't think it's going to win.
Yo, my man. They were asking me about the African-American experience. Maybe you could take this one.
Oh. Well. I find that the African-American experience for me has been, for the most part, very good. Although, I find it difficult to go into detail as I haven't had much desire to leave the house in a while.
We've become such homebodies.
Yes. But even when you go into the city, I've just had no interest. The chores have become my sanctuary. Get out.
Sorry, man.
Okay.
Get out!
Yo!
Yeah!
Yo, chill, man.
Get out!
Chill!
Get out!
Chill, man! Chill!
Get the fuck out of here!
Alright, so the next movie is actually Lady Bird. Lady Bird, now I have seen Lady Bird. I really like it. It's also a little bit slow, but I think, and also something kind doesn't really happen besides this girl finding herself and this girl living her life. So I think it's a little bit better though than Call Me by Your Name. I'm probably the only one that thinks that, but I really do. I think also this is the first time, I think it's the first time directing for Greta Gerwig, who directs this movie. I think she's going to win Best Director, though. This is the one I think is going to win Best Director. I think it's going to go upset to Guillermo del Toro and get Greta Gerwig the Oscar. You think about it. She's a female, right? It's a female empowering year at the Oscars. They're going to and they people kind of were upset when no Greta Gerwig was nominated or Patty Jenkins was nominated for Wonder Woman at the Golden Globes. So this might be the Oscars' one shot to be like, yeah, Greta Gerwig wins it for Best Director. I don't think the film's going to win Best Picture, though. It's a really well-told movie, but I don't think it's going to win the big one. I don't think it will win the big one, unfortunately. I think Shape of Water will win it, though, for Best Picture. But I don't think Lady Bird will win it. But I'll win Best Director, though. I'm going to say Best Director and Best Actress is its strong suit, which I think is an absolute given. Because you got Greta Gerwig to win Best Director, and Saoirse Ronan, who's been nominated 4 or 3 times already. So they might think, hey, she hasn't had an Oscar yet, give her the Oscar. And she's really, really good in the film, so I would not be upset about that. Now, Greta Gerwig, I don't think... I don't know what I would think if Greta Gerwig wins Best Director. I wouldn't be upset about it, but it's like Jordan Peele. It's one of her first movies. And I'd be like, okay, there's some stuff that you could work on. But for the first movie, what a fantastic job. But I don't know if I would give her Best Director. But I think the Academy will give her Best Director, though. Even though I don't think she deserves it, I think she'll win it.
Hey. I like your band. With Jonah Ruiz, Len Fance-New.
No false new.
Well, I saw your Thanksgiving show. My name's Ladybird.
It's weird you shake hands.
Yeah. I'm friends with Jenna, and she's always talking about how great your band is, so I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, Jenna's hog tight.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see you at the Deuce or something, huh?
Sure. See you at the Deuce.
Hey, I'm not paying you to flirt.
I wasn't flirting.
Wish you had been.
Phantom Thread. Now, I have seen Phantom Thread. A lot of people say this is the Oscar predictability. This is too Oscar-y. This is too slow. And I'm like, people watch this movie. Like, I actually give it a shot because this surprised me. I thought this was going to be a really, really boring and slow movie. Judging from the trailer, it looks like a boring and slow movie. But Daniel Day-Lewis, he's considered the best actor for a reason. He's really, really good in the film. But the supporting cast actually steals the show from him a little bit, I think. The supporting cast, the female actress, I forget her name, but she is really, really good, and I really like her to win Best Supporting Actress, but I know she won't. But yeah, no, this film is actually well done. It's well told, and I really don't have a problem with it. A lot of people do. But I definitely recommend seeing Phantom Thread. I wouldn't judge it like so harshly like many people have done because it's like, oh, it's predictable. It's an Oscar movie. It's slow. But yeah, definitely watch it. Watch the movie, actually. Try to give it a shot and watch the film. It's actually well told, well acted, and I liked it. It was a good movie.
Would you like me to ask Alma to leave?
No. Why?
Well, if you're going to make her a ghost, go ahead and do it, but please don't let her sit around waiting for you. I'm very fond of her.
Oh, you're very fond of her, are you? Well, in that case.
No, don't turn it on me. I don't want your cloud on my head.
Shut up,
no,
Sue.
you can shut right up. Don't pick a fight with me. You certainly won't come out alive. I'll go right through you, and it'll be you who ends up on the floor. Understood?
Now, Steven Spielberg's latest film is Ready Player One. It's coming out next month. I'm super excited for that film. Now, I have not seen The Post, though, which is his other latest film that he directed. He came up for he had to direct this movie because he came up with this idea over the weekend, like Darren Aronofsky did for Mother. I have not seen The Post, though. I hear not that great things about it, though. It's kind of your generic Steven Spielberg movie, like Lincoln has been, War Horse has been, or Bridge of Spies was. So I'm hoping it's a really, really good movie when I see it. Of course, Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep is all nominated. No, Meryl Streep's nominated, but Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg aren't, and The Post is nominated for Best Picture. Of course, Meryl Streep is going to get nominated because, let's face it, if it's an Oscar show, you're going to have Meryl Streep there. Yes, she's been nominated countless times, but it's not the same without her. Come on, let's be honest. You would miss her if she wasn't at the Oscars. Just her like woohoo meme is hilarious. I love that meme. But yeah, no. I haven't seen The Post. I definitely want to check it out though. Try to give it my own thing because I like Steven Spielberg as a director, so I definitely want to check that out. But yeah, if you've seen The Post, comment down below. I would like to check it out, please.
So, can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Oh, dear, I don't like hypothetical questions.
Well, I don't think you're gonna like the real one either.
Do you have the papers?
Not yet.
Oh gosh, because you know the position that would put me in. You know, we have language in the prospectus.
Yeah, I know that the bankers can change their mind. And I know what is at stake. You know, the only couple I knew that both Kennedy and LBJ wanted to socialize with was you and your husband, and you owned the damn paper. That's the way things worked. Politicians and the press, they trusted each other so they could go to the same dinner party and drink cocktails and tell jokes while there was a war raging in Vietnam.
I don't know what we're talking about. I'm not protecting Lyndon.
No, you got his former Secretary of Defense, Robert McNamara, the man who commissioned this study. He's one of about a dozen party guests out on your patio.
I'm not protecting any of them. I'm protecting the paper.
Okay, so Dunkirk was my favorite movie of this year, but I don't think it's going to win Best Picture. My second favorite film is on this list, which is The Shape of Water. I made my list on Facebook of my top 10 favorite movies of this year before seeing The Shape of Water. That was a mistake because Shape of Water is now my second favorite film of the year. I love this movie. Shape of Water. Guillermo del Toro is an amazing director. I definitely recommend Shape of Water. If you have not seen Shape of Water, I love this movie. I honestly hope you guys love this movie because this movie is a phenomenal film. It's well acted, well directed, well scripted, well set, costumes, everything. This is the shebang. Do I think it will win Best Picture? Yes, I think this one's gonna win Best Picture. 3 Billboards seems quite decisive on people either like it or hate it. Shape of Water, I haven't heard any bad things about it. No critics I've heard have been trashing this movie. The only thing that I think this movie might go against it is, it's considered the fish fucking movie. The girl and the fish have a relationship. You know what? I like this movie though, but I think that's gonna be it's either gonna kill its Oscar chances, or it's gonna prop it up. Like I said though in my Lady Bird just a couple of minutes ago, I think Guillermo del Toro is gonna get a massive upset, and Lady Bird is gonna take Best Director. But I think Shape of Water will win Best Picture. This is gonna win also technical awards. I think costumes is sure lock. Cinematography is just sure lock. If not Dunkirk. But yeah, no, this movie is definitely going to win Oscars. Has the most nominations out of any film this year. So yeah, I definitely think it's going to win some Oscars. I really hope so. Or else I'm going to look like an idiot just right now. Yeah, so definitely check out Shape of Water. I have to give it 5 out of 5 stars. It's a phenomenal film. Definitely check it out.
That's better. Oh, look at Betty. Oh, God, to be young and beautiful. If I could go back to when I was 18, I didn't know anything about anything, I'd give myself a bit of advice. I would say, take better care of your teeth and fuck a lot more. Oh, no, that's very good advice.
Alright, so for the last film on this list, 3 Billboards. Ooh, what do I think about 3 Billboards? I actually quite liked 3 Billboards. A lot of people have mixed feelings because, well, I'm going to go into spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, I would skip 3 Billboards. I can't talk about this film without talking about spoilers. It's very, very hard to, because, I don't know, it's hard to avoid the controversy about this film. A lot of people are complaining because Sam Rockwell, he's a racist pig in the film. His cop character is a racist, and he has a redemption arc in the film. He does, and he learns his ways, and a lot of people are not liking that. Saying, oh, a big asshole is learning his ways. But if you look at Markham, the director's work, like in Bruges and like other Seven Psychopaths, it's kind of a similar tone and story for the character to have. But a lot of people are not liking it from what political point of view they're having in the real world. But I actually really, really like this movie. It's a well-told story. Frances McDormand, though, I think is going to win. Is a sure lock for best actress. I think it's either her or the girl from Lady Bird, Saoirse Ronan. Yeah, I guarantee you, though, I think she's one of the locks for best actress. Best supporting actress won't be any of the actresses in here, but I think also this is a sure lock for best supporting actor for Sam Rockwell, which I love his work. I'm glad people are seeing him again, because he was really, really good in Iron Man 2. He was good in Moon. He's getting Cowboys vs. Aliens. Yes, I know I mentioned that movie. Don't kill me. But he's really, really good in that movie. I'm glad people are seeing him as a good actor again. I think 3 Billboards or Shape of Water are gonna win it. It's between 3 Billboards and Shape of Water. With Lady Bird possible upset. But yeah, I absolutely love this movie too. It's like, honestly, top 3 is Dunkirk, Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards. I'm going to say, though, it's going to be Shape of Water, but 3 Billboards is a good movie. Definitely recommend it. I have to give it 5 out of 5 stars as well. It's a really well done movie, so definitely check it out.
Hey, fuckhead!
What?
Don't say what, Dixon, when she comes in calling you a fuckhead. And don't you
Shut
come
up!
in here.
You get over here.
No. You get over here.
All right.
What? Don't, Dixon!
What?
You do not allow a member of the public to call you a fuckhead in this station house.
That's what I'm doing. I'm taking care of it in my own way, actually. Now get out of my ass. Mrs. Hayes, have a seat. What is it I can do for you today?
Where's Denise Watson?
Denise Watson's in the clank.
On what charge?
Possession.
Of what?
2 marijuana cigarettes. Big ones.
When's the bail hearing?
I asked the judge not to give her bail on account of her previous marijuana violations, and the judge said sure.
You fucking prick.
You do not call an officer of law a fucking prick in his own station house, Mrs. Hayes. Or anywhere, actually.
What's with the new attitude, Dixon? Your mama been coaching you?
No. My mama doesn't do that. Take him down. You hear me?